Divine greetings, Masters. Very good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. This is Madhu Soni, welcoming you all to Light and Soul Meditation English Group Masters. Thank you for being here and sharing your precious time, space, and energy with everyone, with this group, and coming here together to meditate and learning and experiencing. So, Masters, before we go and start our Swadhyay, let us begin and join our hands, give gratitude to all the Masters for all the great things that we have in our life, to all the divine beings, Ascended Masters, the Param Guru Mandali Masters, the Saptarishi Mandal Masters, the Great Grand Master Pitama Brahmrishi Patriji, Mahavatar Babaji, Masters from the astral realms connected with the Most High, the Pyramid World Masters, Crystal World Masters, Animal Kingdom, Plant Kingdom, and the Human Kingdom Masters. We also give our respects and regards to all the Siddhas, Gurus, teachers, healers, mentors, Masters from the angelic realms, our loved ones, ancestors, and Masters from the spiritual realms, our spiritual guides, spiritual animals, who are our guides. Thank you for helping us, supporting us, and guiding us. Please help us align with the soul planning and the soul purposes, and also align us with the highest timeline that we have set for reincarnation. Please help us align with the truth that is out there, that is within us and around us. Help us align with the same. The wisdom and the knowledge that you got, may we also get the same. Please help us connect with your consciousness and help us walk the path of truth and honesty. Let us all feel this compassion, kindness from the Masters, and also connect with their consciousness. So we pray to help and connect us with the Master's consciousness. Thank you so much, Masters, to each and every one, and thank you to all the meditators who are present here, Masters. So today, as you know, we are going to do chapter 18, Only Love is Real. And let me share this page here with you all, and then we are going to start our session. Okay. Today it's about chapter 18. On the story would be on Elizabeth today. So here it is, the para that we always we take the quote and we start reading from here. So it's chapter, sorry, chapter 17, not 18, chapter 17. Sorry about that. So here, Robert James Waller, he says, where is the cursor here? He says, "For we have come by different ways to this place. I have no feeling that we met before, no deja vu. I don't think it was you in Lavender by the Sea, as I rode in AD 1206, or beside me in the border wars, or there in the Galatians 100 years ago, lying with me in the silver green grass, above some mountain town. I can tell by natural ease with which you wear fine clothes, and the way your mouth moves when you speak to waiters in good restaurants. You have come the way of castles and cathedrals, of elegance and empire." So basically, Robert James Waller, he has written these lines, and the paragraph here is basically mentioning us about different places where someone has incarnated. And he says that for we have come by different ways to this place. We have come basically incarnating as, minerals, plants, animals, or so many other things. We have come from different places. I have no feeling. Sometimes we really don't remember people because we might not have incarnated with them at that time. So he says, I have no feeling that we met before. The feeling goes, right? No deja vu. I don't think it was you in Lavender by the Sea as I rode by in AD after death. It's about Jesus Christ telling after death, 1206, or beside me in the border war. So when I was fighting, not even at the borders, you were not there. I don't have this feeling that you were there with me, or there in the Galatians in 100 years ago, lying with me in the silver green grass above some mountain town. So there had been a lot of fights, in other incarnations, he might be maybe, somewhere he was going ahead in the mountains with the Galatins. And also it had been 100 years ago the silver green grass, maybe during the morning time when the dew drops, that time. And also, I can tell by the natural ease with which you wear fine clothes and the way your mouth moves when you speak to waiters in good restaurants. You have come the way of castles and cathedrals of elegance and empire. So the divine in us is speaking through our incarnations. And Robert James Waller is saying, you have come from places where you have been in cathedrals because of your spoken language, the way you speak, or how you give your order to the restaurant waiters. And you might have been in castles because of your language. So there are, like, we have been into all these royalties as well. We have been like a priest as well. So here in the story, Masters, Elizabeth is now visiting Dr. Weiss, and she is actually going into this hypnotic trance very quickly. So at this time, her eyes are fluttering, and Dr. Weiss can actually understand that this time Elizabeth had gone very quickly and into trance. So Elizabeth was in this deep, deep hypnotic trance. Her eyes were fluttering under lids, and her body was limp. Her breathing started very, like, basically it's slowed, and she was in a very relaxed rhythm. This time, her mind was ready to time travel. So slowly, he took her back into this peaceful mountain stream as a gateway to the distant past. So basically, during the meditation time or this hypnotic trance, he might have told her to go on this mountain where the stream of water is falling, and it's basically taking you in your distant past. So now she had walked across the stream into a beautiful light, and like how he must have taken Elizabeth, guiding with the meditation that you are now walking through the light, and she emerged in another time, another place, in an ancient lifetime. So she is actually, this time Elizabeth is going into a ancient time where she is looking into that she is wearing sandals, and she is looking at her feet, and there's this white dress that she is wearing which is above ankles, and the white dress is of different lengths. So basically maybe it might be having some frills, or the cotton cloth or whatever she is wearing, the white dress had some layers to it, and over it is a veil like covering down to her ankles. The sleeves are very wide. So that's the picture of Elizabeth that she sees herself in that ancient life. And the sleeves are very wide and they end at the elbows. She's wearing golden bracelets of different levels on her arms, basically one here, here, or here, and she is observing vividly everything with great detail. So now she says that I have dark brown and long hairs below my shoulders. My eyes are brown too. Skin is light brown. So Dr. Weiss then says that yes, assumed that yes, you are a girl. So she says yes. And so he asks, how old are you? She says, I'm 14. And then asks, what do you do? Where do you live? And so a lot of questions he's asking. So she says that I am on the temple grounds. She is basically like getting trained by someone to become a healer to help the priest. So do you know this land? He asks, and she says, yes, this is Egypt. And how, like, do you? And he also asks, what is the year? So she says, I don't know about that, but it is very long ago, very old. So again, I, like Dr. Brian Weiss is saying, I returned to her memories and experiences of that ancient time. So again, Dr. Weiss asks, how did you happen to receive this training to be a healer and to work with the priest? So she says that she was selected by priests just as the others were, and we are all chosen according to our talents and abilities. The priest knows this from the time we are young. Basically, this is a selection process where during the child, when a child is born, or when they are, when they start growing up, the priests, they start finding intuitive messages comes to them, or they find everything very intuitively. So they know about these children, how they are, and they are from royalty. Basically, they belong to royalty, and these priests are very wise, and according to abilities, and they know what the royal figure, the child, can become, either an engineer or accountant or treasurer. And so they also know who can write and scribe, and they know who has the military potential, who can be trained to lead the armies, who can be the best administrators, who can be governors and officials, and all, like, these are certain things. So they also know who possess healing abilities, who have intuitive abilities, who can be trained as healers and advisors to be even priests. So basically, Dr. Weiss says, so the priest decides what occupations people going to be trained for. So she says yes. And so talents and potentials are defined by the priest when the child is very young. So his training is then set and he has no choice. So Dr. Weiss is also asking, basically, is this training open to everyone? So she says, no, this is not open to everyone. Only the nobility can have the training, and those related to pharaohs, okay, because they are traveling into the, like, Elizabeth is right now accessing the ancient life where she was in the Egyptian lifetime. Okay, so then she says that yes, but his family is very large. The pharaoh's family is very large, and even distant cousins are also considered part of the family. So basically, that family, it's very huge, very big, and even people are coming under the family. They are also going to be trained. If they are in the nobility, they can be trained. But people who are apart from nobility, if they are also, so Dr. Weiss is asking, if the people who are outside of nobility, if they are talented, so will they also be trained for all these things? So she says, yes, they can be trained, they can get some training, but they cannot go on the top level, basically. They can't be governors, or they can't do other things. They can just assist them. They can help them. They cannot go on to the higher positions. So yes, and they can only progress a little far to be assistant to the leaders. And even the relatives of the family are also considered, okay? Not basically uh, a person of position can be coming from the cousins or relatives as well, or from the family. But if anyone who is not of nobility, they will be tried as assistants, okay? So she says, sorry, Dr. Weiss says that, are you a relative of the pharaoh? So she says that no, yes, I am a cousin, but not too close. So Dr. Weiss says, okay, close enough. And then, do you have any family with you? He asked. So Dr. Weiss is asking Elizabeth, do you have any family? So what happened was, like, today, in this regression, he had decided to move into another event in Elizabeth's lifetime. And so somebody had cancelled her appointment, and Elizabeth is basically in Dr. Wise's office. And so now this time there's no point of hurrying. There is no worry, and because they have a lot of time. So that is where she asked that, do you have any family? And she says that, yes, I am with my brother. We are very close. He is 2 years older. That means if Elizabeth is 14, the brother is 16, right? He has also chosen to train as a healer and priest, and we are together here. So both Elizabeth and the brother in the ancient lifetime are basically going to be trained as healer and priest. So they are together there, and the parents also are living at some distance, not very far away. But the brother is with Elizabeth, and that is why she's very happy. And she says that I can see him now. So Dr. Weiss asked that, look closely at his face and look into his eyes. So do you recognize him in your current life? Anyone from your current life is your brother in that past lifetime? She says, no, I don't recognize anyone, and I don't recognize him. So again, Dr. Weiss thought maybe that might be her mother or something, but no, perhaps her brother or father, but there was no identification. So again, Dr. Weiss guides her into that, go ahead into another, like, go ahead in time, basically move more forward. So next important event in the Egyptian girl's life. So you can remember everything, he says, and she went forward in time, and now she says that I am 18. So now 4 years later, basically they have visited that time. So now Elizabeth is 18, And she says that her brother and herself are much more advanced now. She's wearing a white and gold, he is wearing a white and gold skirt. So she's talking about her brother. And this gold skirt ends just above his knees. He's very handsome. And so Dr. Weiss asks, how are you more advanced? And basically bringing her focus back to training. So she says that we have many more skills. We are, so at this time, because they were healers, so what happened was they were working with special healing rods. So the healing rods, basically they had to master that, which actually used to help the regeneration of tissues and limbs. So basically helping speed up the regeneration of tissues and limbs, which were done by the help of special healing rods. So she was studying the rods at this time when she was in the trance, and she says that they contain liquid energy that flows through the rods. The energy is concentrated at the point of regeneration, and you can use this to grow limbs and heal tissue, even dying of dead tissue. So wherever these healing rods are placed, wherever you need that regeneration, that healing rod has to be placed and concentrated, that the energy has to be concentrated on that part so that the limb or tissue can be regenerated, so that the dead tissue, or even if that is progressive, if the tissue is dying at that time also, you can heal that tissue. So Dr. Brian Weiss was very surprised, and he says even modern medicine cannot accomplish these feats, although nature can, like as with reptilian world, as with salamanders and other lizards, which can regrow and detach limbs or tails. So he's thinking about that. And then the latest research also, he's thinking about traumatic spinal cord injuries is also now basically leading us into the beginning of controlled nerve regeneration. And about 4 to 5,000 years after Elizabeth's work with healing rods, that could induce limb and tissue regeneration. So just imagine, after, in the Egyptian world, it was that time when Elizabeth was working with healing rods. So 4 to 5,000 years later, we have this kind of research going on, right? Tissue regeneration and the other things. And so she could not articulate how the rods work. She could not speak properly and tell how these rods were able to work with that energy. But as such, she did not have that kind of vocabulary or mental concept to understand and explain. So she again now starts to speak, and the reasons of her lack of understanding became clear. At least that's why they tell me that I am a young and a girl, that I am young and a girl. I have held the rods, but I have never seen them work. I have not seen the regeneration, and my brother has seen this. So I'm just reading this loud. My brother has seen this. He's allowed, and when he's older, he will be allowed this knowledge of regeneration. So she says that my training will be ended before that level. I cannot progress to that level, for I am a female, she explained. Because at that time, only men were allowed to go ahead with the regeneration thing. They were only to be learned, trained. But for females, they cannot go above that healing. So she was not allowed to, uh, basically she can, but the part where they need to see how the regeneration happened, so only his brother will be allowed. So he will be allowed the knowledge of regeneration, and Elizabeth will be not, because she is young and she's a girl. So Dr. Weiss confirms that, and she says, yes, this is true. He'll be allowed to know higher secrets, but I will be not. So she paused and then added that I am not jealous of him. It is the custom, a foolish custom, because I have more ability to heal than many men. So many men, basically, they don't have this healing capability. But as a lady, but as a person also, some people have these healing abilities. And that is what she says, that I'm not jealous, but this is a very foolish custom. And so her voice dropped to whisper. And then she says that, either ways, her brother is going to tell her the secrets anyway. He had promised Elizabeth. So he will now teach me how the rods work. And he had already explained many things to me earlier also. And she is saying that, sorry, he is saying that, they are trying to revive people who have recently died. So Dr. Weiss says, who have died? And so Elizabeth says, yes. And how do they do this? Dr. Weiss asks. So she says, I don't know. They use several of the rods. There are special chants. The body must be positioned in a certain way. There is more, but I don't know. I do not know. So when my brother learns, he will tell me. She ended that explanation there. So now Dr. Weiss is saying that my logical mind arrived at the assumption that the people allegedly being revived were not really dead yet, but probably near death, like patients recovering from near death experiences. So after all, so I'm just reading what Dr. Weiss is thinking here. After all, they did not have equipment to monitor brainwave function in those days. They could not pinpoint the absence of brain activity, which is our modern definition of death. So when in this world, at this time, present lifetime, what is happening? Whenever a doctor, says that, this fellow is brain dead or somebody is brain dead, it's like totally all done. Nothing can be done, right? So that is the modern definition of death. So the Dr. Weiss says, my intuitive sense told me to keep an open mind. Other explanations could exist, explanations beyond my current comprehension. So Elizabeth was still silent, and so Dr. Weiss started questioning again to Elizabeth. So he asked, are there any other forms of healing that you do? So she's being questioned by Dr. Weiss. So she says, yes, there are many. One is with the hands. We touch the area of the body that needs healing and send energy directly there through our hands. And so she says some don't even touch. So she's saying that there is another ability where people don't even touch, but we feel about the person's body for the areas of heat, and we disperse the heat and smooth the energy. So they disperse the energy, they read the person's energy where it is hot and cold. So wherever it is hot, they will actually disperse that energy all throughout the body so that everywhere there's a proper flow of that heat, right? And there is smooth energy. So the heat must be dispersed at several levels about the body, not just the closest. And she was now speaking rapidly and describing ancient variations of healing techniques. So she says that others can heal mentally and they can see the problem areas in their minds and they mentally send energy to those spots. So she says that I can't do this yet, she added, but I will learn eventually. So she also says that some people, some healers, some touch the person's pulse, like these two fingers, and they touch this like that with their second and third fingers held together and send energy directly into the flow of blood. You can reach the internal organs by this way, and you can see the cleansing energy leaving through the person's toes. So they clean the body, and they, like with the hand movement, they clean the energy of that person and let that unhealed energy go through the person's toes. Elizabeth continued her rapid and increasingly technical explanation. So she says that I'm now working now with putting people into very deep levels of trance and having them also see the healing as it occurs. So like how we do it in meditation, right? I'm guiding you all, and if you are actually feeling that, you will actually get healed, right? So that's why I guide, so that they complete the healing transformation on the mental level. So we give them these potions to help them go very deep. So there is a potion that they give them to go very deep. And then now she is pausing for a moment. So again, she said that except for the potion, this last technique very much resembles the hypnotic visualizations. And I and others are using in the late 20th century to stimulate the healing process. So are there more methods? Dr. Weiss asked. The ones that evoke the gods are reserved for the priest. So only the priest can evoke the gods, and those are different methods, and they are forbidden to do that. So Elizabeth cannot do, because women are not priests. So here Dr. Weiss is asking, and Elizabeth is also telling about that women cannot be priests. If they are the priest of that caliber or nature, they are going to play instruments, playing musical instruments in the ceremonies. So they have no power basically. So Hathor is also another Egyptian goddess. Basically, she is mocking these healers that they are musicians, like I am a healer. They are hardly priests. So basically, women were not given that right at that time. Hathor was an Egyptian goddess of love, mirth, and joy, and she was also the goddess of festivity and dance. So Elizabeth was probably remembering one of the Hathor's more esoteric functions, that of defender and protectress of women. So sometimes whenever we feel that we feel left out, or we feel some kind of abuse going on in our lives, where people are trying to abuse us physically, or some kind of physical abuse is happening, or anything sexual also, she comes and defends you if you call on to her or invoke her. So that's what is also said, that Hathor's more esoteric functions, that of defender and protectress of women. Hathor's mockery of these priestesses underlined the empty grandiosity of their titles. So basically, they were given titles, but basically they had taken away their power, right? So the priestesses who were in the temples, who were playing music, they were not given any power. So Elizabeth now grew silent as she did, and her mind now came into, and she is now basically comparing the parallel world with the present world with the ancient time. So glass ceilings seem to be as old as time itself. So at that time also, many things, like sometimes we are put to test and we have to reach that ceiling for our career's sake, or many other things. And that time also there were things that were happening where women were not given the right to progress further. And so the road to advancement in this period of primitive Egypt seemed to be restricted to only a few relatives of the pharaoh who himself was considered half divine, could advance, but female relatives could soon bump into gender barrier. Male relatives of the pharaoh were the privileged few. So again, Elizabeth was still silent, and now Dr. Weiss is saying to go forward in time. So go ahead in time, and the next important event. So he says, what do you see now? So she tells that my brother and her, they are both advisors now, and they both are standing behind the governor, and they are there to advise him. So he's a great administrator, whoever is the governor, and he's a good military leader, but he is impulsive. Basically, the governor who is there, who is the good military leader, he needs Elizabeth and her brother's intuition, the inner guidance that comes to them. They actually guide the governor because he's very impulsive and he can make any decision that won't be good for the community or something, the nobility. So we help to balance him, she says. So Dr. Weiss asks, are you happy doing this? So she's saying, yes, it is good to be with my brother, and the governor is usually kind. He often he often listens to our advice, and we do our healing work also. So basically, she seemed contented, not ecstatic, and she says that I'm not married yet, and so her brother was her only family, and I moved her ahead in time. Dr. Weiss again now is moving her ahead in time, and now she seems visibly upset. So she began to cry and then stopped. So maybe it was too much for Elizabeth. That's what Dr. Weiss is saying. Uh, then he also said that I must be strong. It is not the that I fear exile or death, not at all, but to leave my brother, that is hard. So another tear fell. So there was something that happened in that lifetime where the governor's son became severely ill and the brother was not there, because he was much higher, in the higher position, right? Elizabeth's brother must have been in that higher position, but because he was not there, so they actually wanted Elizabeth to treat and heal the son, but she could not. She could only do a certain thing because the regeneration of tissues and limbs were not taught to Elizabeth. So they were demanding that Elizabeth should bring back the son to life, basically bring back the son from the dead. But because she couldn't, because of that knowledge that was not given to her, so she was sent in permanent exile. And basically, whoever goes to that permanent exile, nobody can return. So what happened to the son? Dr. Weiss asked. So she said that she could not be returned. It was not allowed. Certain times that part has been done, and maybe uh, there was no other thing that has to be done by that son. So he had to go. So the spiritual world does not allow. So very similar to that, she says that it was not allowed. So I had to be punished, and she again became sad. So tears welled up in her eyes, and she says that it makes no sense. I was never allowed to learn about the rods. I was never allowed to acquire the knowledge of regeneration and revival. And her brother taught her very little, but not enough. Okay. He taught her, but it was not good enough to bring someone back from the dead or back to life. So she says that he asks, what happened to your brother? So she says that he was away and he was spared. All the priests were away. Only I was around, and he returned in time to see me before the exile began. So basically, what happened was, and the last, that because she was in exile, it was for a long time, and sorry, the exile was not very long because definitely the exile was for very long time because nobody can get out of that exile. But for her, it was not very long because she left the body. So she left the body because she had this capability to leave the body, so that as soon as somebody vacates the body dies, right? So the soul never dies. She knew about that, so that was her death. For without the soul, the body dies. So she had jumped to the point and was speaking from a higher perspective. So as simple as that, she says that there is no pain, no interruption in awareness when such a death is chosen. That is why I did not fear death. So she does not fear death because she understood that she is a soul and she is not the body. And I knew I could never see my brother again. I could not do my work. And on that barren island, there was no reason to stay in the physical form. The gods understand. So basically now she said this uh, she loves her brother a lot, and definitely this line is telling us that love is eternal. Had they met again over the intervening centuries, would they meet again in the future? So she is thinking that maybe she might have met in the intervening centuries where they would be present together, or maybe sometime in the future. So I also knew that this memory would help ease her grief, Dr. Weiss is saying. So once more, she had found herself in the distant past. Her consciousness, her soul had survived physical death and centuries of time to emerge once again, this time as Elizabeth. And basically, in this time, she was Elizabeth, right? So if she could survive through time, so could her mother, so could all of us. She had not found her mother in ancient Egypt, but she had found a beloved brother, a companion soul, whom she could not recognize in her current life. So again, in this lifetime, one second, masters. Yeah, only a little paragraph is left, the last pages. This one was a big one. Anyhow, yeah. So Dr. Weiss is saying, I like to think of soul relationships as similar to a large tree with 1,000 leaves on it. Those leaves that are on your twig are intimately close to you. You may even share experiences, soul experiences among yourself. They may be 3 or 4 or 5 leaves on your twig. You are also highly and closely related to the leaves on the branch next to yours. They share a common limb. They share close to you, but not as close as the leaves on your own twig. Similarly, as you extend farther out along the tree, you are still related to these other leaves or souls, but not as closely as those in your immediate proximity. You are all part of one tree and one trunk. One second, masters. Okay. So you are all part of one tree and one trunk. You can share experiences, you know each other, but those on your twig are the closest. There are many other trees in the beautiful forest. Each tree is connected to the others through the root system in the ground. So even Though there may be a leaf on a distant tree that seems quite different from you and very far away, you are still connected to the leaf. You are connected to all leaves, but you are most closely connected to those on your tree, and even more intimately connected to those on your branch, and almost as one with those on your own twig. You probably have met the other souls farther out on your tree in a previous lifetime. They may have been in many different relationships with you. Their interactions may have been extremely brief. Even a 30-minute encounter could have helped you learn a lesson or help them or the both of you, as is usually the case. One of these souls may have been the beggar in the road to whom you gave a heart's gift, allowing you to extend your compassion to another human being and allowing the recipient to learn about receiving love and help. You and the beggar may have never met again in that lifetime, and yet you are part of the drama. Your meetings vary in duration 5 minutes, 1 hour, a day, a month, a decade, or more. This is how souls relate. Relationships are not measured in time, but in lessons learned. So, this is where I'm going to end the Swadhyay of today. Master's book reading has ended. Now, the point is, it's about the tree, as you all know, our tree, our own tree. There might be many twigs, many branches, and the one which is the further, basically, you might also experience that also. But if there's another tree, that might also be, you are connected through roots with each and every one. So, basically, telling that as souls, we are all one, and with different souls also, like as we are with different personality here, we might have intervened in many lifetimes. We might have come in contact with so many people, and we might not remember faces, but a 30-minute encounter or even a 5-minute duration can help. That's what Dr. Brian Weiss is putting in the last. And as souls, so what happens is, basically, the gist of it is that we are learning. So the time does not matter, but what are the lessons learned in that time? So we don't have to measure in time, but the lessons learned and the experiences that we had can actually help the souls. Okay. So we might have met someone we don't even know when, even a beggar also we might have met in many other lifetimes. Maybe we were in this lifetime, we are all good, and we have so many amenities, we have money, everything, right? So in past lifetimes, we also can have been beggar, or somebody might have been beggar, we might have helped. And now in this lifetime, maybe with a simple thing, we needed some help, and the help came from that beggar because we might have helped that beggar, right? So that is what is today's Swadhyay. Anything anyone wishes to put? I stopped because there was some kind of energy that was still, I can feel it. Some energy is coming to me, and I had to stop because as if some kind of information was there, or I'm not sure, something happened and I could not continue further. So anyway, and I am very much connected to the Egyptian life. That's what I know. And that's why time and again, even Sonal but I feel this. So it was very, very, you know, uh, I think, yes, would have been a healer. That's what I also feel, connected to Hathor as well. So this book is very revealing, Masters, very much. And I'm really happy to read this. Anyone wishes, please go ahead and share your view if you wish. Otherwise, we can go straight into meditation. It's already 9:18. If anyone has anything to share, speak, raise your hand. Anything that comes to you when I was reading the story? Okay. So, fine. Wonderful, Masters. Um, Let's go into meditation then. Sit cross-legged, take your position, drink some water as you go, hydrate your body before you go into meditation. And as you are taking your position, let's start becoming comfortable with every in-breath and out-breath. Take a deep inhalation. And when I'm guiding, just like how sometimes, that in this book, Elizabeth is saying that the guidance is given and she knows how to go into deeper states. She actually helps people. Very similar to that. When I'm guiding, we all have to feel where we are actually focusing our breath on. Every second, or like for few seconds, we breathe and inhale inwards. And when we exhale, let go of your pain and trauma that you are so attached with. Okay. What is happening? You have to let go of your trauma, pain that you associate yourself with. Sometimes what we do is we get triggered by these traumas, pain, or somebody coming into our life, and they might experience certain things. They might be coming and telling you, and your pain might be triggered. So, because you have attached yourself with that hurt, with that pain, you haven't released it. You are still not ready to release it. You have taken that pain into your heart and mind. So, I ask you all at this time to release that pain, to release that hurt, basically, that trauma that something happened in your past, in this present lifetime. So, if you have any curiosity or certain kind of sadness or grief or any kind of pain that you have in your body, try to dissociate yourself with that pain. Basically, telling yourself that I am now done with that pain, with that trauma, and I am ready to forgive that person. I'm ready to forgive my own self, and I'm ready to let go. And this is how you are going to release. When you breathe out, start releasing that pain, trauma, and hurt. And when you inhale, remember that you are a powerful soul. Your mind is powerful and you can do everything. So when I say you can do everything, you can heal yourself. Okay. So as you inhale, think this golden, beautiful, positive energy is entering and healing you, your body, and your organs. And when you release, you're taking out that pain, trauma, unhealed body parts, disease, or anything that have hurt you, or any guilt feeling or fear. Just release it out, breathe out, and relax. And let go, let it transmute into golden energies. So that your trash that you are taking out with your breath, that is also not basically creating pollution around in the environment for anyone. So as you inhale, masters, take a deep in breath. Bring your focus onto your body, onto your third eye, onto your facial region. Feeling is the key. So with every breath, feel each and every breath entering your body, your mind, your heart, your abdomen, the other half of your body, below your waist. Feel this incoming breath into your spine, your 33 vertebrae, energy meridians and centers. Feel this incoming breath entering your brain, the left and right side, the area behind your brain, inside the inner core of your brain, pineal, pituitary, and hypothalamus. Let each and every breath be your guide, masters. With every in-breath and out-breath, relaxing your body and letting go of any heavy, dense, traumatic thoughts, energy, pain, out through your breath. Receive this life force energy, which brings healing, golden energies into you. And as you breathe out, you are ready to release, detach from your pain, trauma, hurt, any sentiments that you still hold very dear, that you feel is also the problem or the cause of your pain or hurt. Release them. You say, I'm ready to release. Make this intention. Give this intention to your mind.
If you can organize a class.
Let each and every breath be your guide. Take your time as you inhale, and take your time as you exhale. Let there be no thoughts. Any thought that comes, let it go. Just observe what is coming, what you can see. Let that feeling also go away. Your body holds this energetic space when you are in trauma, grief, pain. So let yourself feel the freedom. And breathe out this heavy, dense energy. Release and relax. Let us invoke Father Universe and Mother Earth as you are inhaling and exhaling. With deep inhalation, inhale from your nostril. From your crown, go downwards into your body, into your feet, and ground your energies by connecting with Mother Earth. We all are trees, connecting each and every one with our roots. We are part of the same soul group. Why we are all here today? Why we have incarnated in this lifetime as humans, as different personalities, identities, from different professions, backgrounds. We are from the same soul group, and that is why we are all connected here today with meditation. With Light and Soul Meditation Group coming here together. Because somewhere we have the same branches, but different leaves. We are connected with the roots, but different trees. Our family trees might be different, but our soul carries same kind of wisdom. Some way, we all are healers of different levels, with different abilities, but we all are unique. We have different lessons to learn, and we have to go back to the same soul source. So just inhale deeply. Take your time as you inhale and exhale softly, again taking the same time. There is no rush whatsoever, Masters. Let the energies of Father Universe shower on each and every one of us. Let the divine white light Fill our bodies wherever we release that pain, trauma. Let that healing happen with your breath and the white light energies. So receive it. Fill your body with this divine white light as you inhale and as you exhale. Feel and understand that you are a healed person, a healed soul. You have let go of all that trauma, pain, and now you're totally free. You're starting to become one with everything. You are breathing in and breathing out. Let go of your identity, your name, pain, any issues, any triggers. Just let it all go. You are now one with everything. There is no separation between your in breath and out breath. Feel this oneness as you breathe in and breathe out. Go deeper and deeper, masters. Feel this depth, the higher meditative states. Now, very slowly and steadily, let us all come back into our body's consciousness. Very slowly. There's no rush. Just give thanks and gratitude to Mother Earth, Father Universe, the healing energies of the life force, and to our this human body. Wherever you are, wherever you were, just slowly returning back into our body and its consciousness. Very slowly, as you are returning, try to straighten up your spine, your neck, and your head. Slowly feeling your body from head to toe and feeling your toes, your fingers, your spine to be straight. Take a deep inhalation, unclasp your hands, and keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, masters. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Very slowly, masters. You may turn and take a deep in breath. Open your eyes beneath your palms. Whenever you feel ready and comfortable, masters, please come out. Thank you so much. I also went into deep meditation, so sorry about that. But thank you for being here, everyone. Please hug yourself, give a pat on your back. Take a deep inhalation and say this to yourself. I am love. Within me, around me is love. Whatever I do it with love. In all my workings, in all my givings and receivings, love, peace, and happiness exists. I am a powerful soul. I'm a happy, healthy, vibrant soul. Thank you. Thank you so much, Masters. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you all had a great meditation. And thank you, everyone. If anyone has anything to share or wish to share any experiences, please go ahead. Take your time. No rush whatsoever, Masters. And if you are still sitting in meditation, thank you. You can. Thank you so much, everyone. So let's end. If nobody has anything to share right now. Yes, Rani ji.
Mataji, very nice meditation.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Excellent meditation. It felt so peaceful.
I did not want to come out. I just remembered that I am sitting in meditation. I also was meditating and it was so peaceful and just remembered, like, came out from that zero state and then I understood, oh my God, I am meditating. That is what I felt. So it felt as if, I should just be there with, and I saw, like, see, everyone is also still there. We were like totally in the deep trance state, right? All of us.
Very nice. Remember I told you sometime in the past that I get this that cooling effect in my eyes. That's
Again,
what
you
I
felt
got
it?
today. Yeah, that's what I
Again?
got today again. And it's very helpful because my eyes burns. I told you, right? So
Uh-huh.
sometimes I put
Uh-huh.
like ice cold water and I splash with it.
Uh-huh.
So it was very helpful.
Lovely. Yeah. Also, if you can, eye masks, that will help. That is also wonderful. Will take you into deep meditation. Do that
Okay,
next time, yeah.
I'll do that. I saw just a glimpse of fairy,
Mm-hmm.
fairy or just a girl with wings.
Mm-hmm.
a few seconds walking in a garden. And I was not able to figure out if it's like a grown up girl or a little girl because it was changing from time to time. What's that?
Fairies. Fairies.
Oh, were you reading it?
Yeah, I do read a lot of things like, but it was from the fairy world. The fairies are there whenever we access, because today we were actually talking about the plants, twigs, and all those things. So they are the masters of that. They take care of that fairy world, fairy masters. They do that. But wonderful. Yeah, go ahead with your experience.
That's what I saw, and it was so soothing. I wanted to see more, but I couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Just I saw a glimpse of fairy walking, and then, as I said, I was not able to figure out if it was little girl or a grown-up girl, or maybe both from time to time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
In a
wonderful.
garden walking, yeah.
Yeah. So it's really wonderful, Rani ji, that you share your fairy experiences. The fairy world masters are working with you, and that's what they showed. They showed that they came across, they came through. So wonderful. Whenever you feel, you maybe many people might not align with what I am going to say, but sometimes really need that magic in your life. Yes, you can call on to them. They will come through.
Amazing. Thank you, Madhuji.
Yeah, because I do understand, because whenever you are in the garden or summertime, or you will see certain things happening, the folklore leaf growing and many other things, dragonflies, butterflies, the bird coming through as well from there, because they are also the loved ones and ancestors. So anyway.
But that's what it represents, the fairies,
The
like
fairy
magic.
words, yeah, certain times you don't need to make, like sometimes what do we do? We make that fairy gardens, right? Small, small gardens. We give them, this is their house. They don't like that, don't make anything for them. They don't like it. They would like to do by themselves. So, but yes, they are there, and it's wonderful. Santoshi, let me tell you, yeah. So Santoshi's question is that how to reach that state. It's your own state. You don't need to, we can just learn about that, hear about them or read. But this state is when you go in this deep, deep state where there is nothing. I totally forgot. See, that's what happens with me whenever people are associating with me. I'm not just I'm not trying to show off here, okay? I'm just trying to help that every master has a different energy. For with me, maybe you might feel that detachment, and also you might also feel that zero state that will come to you. With some master, and even the third eye also, visions might be coming across whenever you guys are connecting with me. My abilities are what is all, like when you all are connecting, you will also get the same kind of ability, so that is why it's very essential to work with different masters to get to know their abilities, because you are connected consciously, right? The conscious mind and the psychic energy is there. So that is why whenever I tell, there are different abilities everyone has. So whenever a master comes, they bring a different ability. Whenever you meditate with them, you will get that ability, and you will feel that. To go into the zero state, you just have to let go of that body attachment, relationship attachments, memory attachments, trauma, pain, hurt. That's what I did today. So were you able to access Santoshi? आप क्या एक्सेस कर पाए थे आज? आप अनम्यूट करके बताएं. थैंक यू रानी जी, थैंक यू सो मच.
Thank you.
थैंक यू यार. यस संतोष,
हाँ यस मैम.
बोलिए.
नहीं
आप
ये
आपने आज क्या एक्सेस किया? लाइक वर यू एबल टू गो इनटू डीप trance state, and where there's like nothing existed, no pain, no gain,
yes
nothing
yes
kind of thing.
yes yes ma'am. Today I have seen that I was in Bodh Gaya, and in that Bodh Gaya,
Wow.
what the sannyasi does, that pindadan. Myself does my pindadan there. Today I saw that
Wow, amazing, amazing.
some
Basically,
panditji come there and he keep my hand and go there on the bank of the rivers and he does that thing there.
See, there are two kinds, because see, now you are actually going to Prayag also. So what is happening? Many aghoris, what they do is they do their pindan by themselves.
Yes.
Maybe in some other past lifetime you might have accessed that. Maybe that's what I'm
Yeah,
feeling. So,
yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
yeah, that's what you might have been, because you are a meditator now and you're doing a lot of meditation, you know,
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
for
ma'am.
longer times you're actually doing it. So maybe it's like you might be doing that, and you must
Actually, the experience is that yesterday night I was asking you about the PLR, and today
pass.
morning in the meditation I got that experience. That is the point.
That's great. Yeah, that's what it is. Because today we were also um, reading about past life regression. It was about Elizabeth's life. And when I was actually guiding you all, I was telling you all to let go of the trauma pain and letting go
Yes,
of that body attachments. And last night, when you were writing to me, it was about like how to, maybe
detached.
you were feeling detachment, right? From
Yeah,
many relationships, maybe it might be happening. Yes, it will happen as soon as you start, going higher up into higher consciousness. The world that is around you, basically it will come to you as if um, there's no point in connecting with uh, relationships that does not mean anything, right? For people who are not there anymore, sometimes we have to let go of that old relationships, old things, attachment to old way of thinking. This is detachment, basically understanding that living in this world, living here, but also in this detached way. Now I am in the state where I am in my grahastha ashram and I am living with my family. I am earlier I would be controlling and holding on to everything, but now I'm letting go and letting them do what they want to do, not attaching myself too much with that, what they want to do or outcome. But yes, as a mother, as a father, we all have to be, we have to teach our kids, we have to be there for them, but don't try to control the outcome, don't try to control what they want to do, and being there in that detached state, letting things happen, not, or basically surrendering, not controlling, you know. And sometimes you might have different abilities. Everyone does have. We have different abilities, and we would like to use those abilities for us. But there will be certain times when you will feel that I have this ability, but I don't want to use this ability. Let that thing go. Like basically, let us flow with the flow. Let us go with the flow. That kind of feeling. So there will be times when you can actually improve things with that ability, but you might not feel like doing it because that is the detached state. Anyhow, but thank you, Santoshji, for your experience. Thank you. Wonderful. Um, Going in that detachment state, like the question that you have written, let me read that again. How to reach the condition of no happy, no sorrow, no pain. Yeah, letting go. Basically, we have 7 spiritual bodies. First is the physical body, second is the etheric body, third is the astral body, fourth the mental, then causal, then supracausal, and then nirvanic. With every body there is different things that are associated with the physical body. It actually is associated with food, pain, right? Everything, whatever is like how this is the Annamaya Kosh. The second one is the etheric, the Prana Sharir. The Pranamaya Kosh is basically telling us the energy body, about the energy where it is stored. And then the third is where, your astral body, your Sukshma Sharir, the subconscious mind as well. Memories are also attached with it. Mental body, causal body, supracausal. The mental body is also associated with a lot of memories, the causal, supracausal, with the Karan Sharir, why, when, where, what, everything. So, lot of identities we are associating ourselves. Once we start letting go of this physical body, when the body becomes stable, you start shedding that body. Second comes the etheric body. Understanding that yes, you're inhaling, exhaling, but also understanding that now there is no separation. Letting go of that um, trauma, pain, hurt, and shedding that from your mind also. That giving your mind or allowing your mind to let go of that pain also. So as soon as you start releasing your pain, that etheric body that holds that pain, that is basically holding that energetic space. As soon as you start releasing that pain, there is an emptiness in that energy body. Now you start filling up with this white light. Again, you are shedding. The second body is also shed. Third body comes, where we are associated with our desires and all those things, shedding that desire also. No pain, no gain. Basically, your losses, gain, whatever, you are shedding that also. Third body you have shed now. Fourth body with the memory. Letting go of that old memory, past memory, whatever you have lived, letting that go. Fourth body also you have shed now. Now you are becoming more stable, getting to that nearness to that zero state. Mental body, causal body, supracausal body. Now understanding that now you are not this body, but the conscious mind is working, letting go of that conscious mind also, the Karan Sharir also, what is happening, why it is happening, let it happen. Again, detaching. So again, that 5, 6 bodies are again, now you have detached with that sixth body or seventh body is the nirvanic body, connecting with the higher master. Basically, whatever is coming, let them come. Whoever is coming, they will come and come into contact. If you put that intention, they will come. But where you really don't want anything to happen, you are just in that zero state, nothingness. And I was there in that nothingness today. Not every day happens, right? Not every time, because you need that your own meditation time. But with you also, if you were there, wonderful. If not, then this is how you can detach. When I say let go of your identity, let go of your name, fame, losses, gain, pain, that is when you are trying to shed, dissociating yourself, detaching yourself from everything. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. I hope it answers your question.
मैम वन मोर एक्सपीरियंस।
जी,
जब से मैं आपके इस चैनल को जुड़ा
right.
हूँ, तो मेरा जो साइलेंस है वो बहुत बढ़ गया है। मुझे ज्यादा बात करने का दिल ही नहीं करता है। मौन जो है ना, बहुत बहुत ही बढ़ गया, मतलब
बहुत अच्छी बात
80% तक आ गया।
यस बहुत अच्छी बात है क्योंकि
पता नहीं ये चेंजेस क्यों हो रहे हैं, लेकिन बहुत कुछ चेंजेस हो रहे हैं। फूड खाना खाने में भी चेंजेस हो रहे हैं, सभी इसमें चेंजेस हो रहे हैं।
यस
तो और जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था कि मुझे पता चल रहा है कि आप महाअवतार बाबा जी का ज्ञान हमें दे रहे हैं। महाअवतार बाबा जी आपके संसार में आ रहे हैं और आप बोल रहे हैं, तो ऑटोमेटिकली अभी हमें महाअवतार बाबा जी के पास जाने का भी चांस आ गया। हमने वो बुक कर लिया है। सब ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है पता नहीं, लेकिन ये हो रहा है।
मास्टर्स आर वर्किंग सर, मास्टर्स वर्क कर रहे हैं। माध्यम मैं हूँ या कोई और हो, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। आपकी चेतना आपको उस तरफ तक लेकर जा रही है। वो कॉल, वो जो आपके मन में जो दबी हुई चीजें थी ना, वो ऊपर आ रही है और वो क्लियर होने के लिए आ रही है और वो हो रही है। शांत रहने का मन कर रहा है, बहुत अच्छी बात है। मेरी मजबूरी है कि बिकॉज मैं सुबह शाम ध्यान कराती हूँ तो मुझे बोलना पड़ता है, एक्सप्लेन। बट ये मेरा काम है, ये मास्टर्स ने मुझे काम दिया है। बट दिस इज वंडरफुल that you are actually feeling the silence, and the silence is not out here और हम जिसको ढूंढते हैं वो हमारे भीतर है, हमारे अपने आप के साथ। और ध्यान सबसे अच्छा है जहाँ पे कुछ कहने का मन नहीं करता और खाने की भी हमको मतलब वो फीलिंग नहीं आती कि अब हमें खाना खाना, क्योंकि पेट भर जाता है। ध्यान हमारा, हमें वो खाना मतलब हमारे लिए वो हमारे आत्मा का खाना ध्यान है, तो इसलिए आपको ऐसा फील हो रहा है। क्योंकि शायद हम ये सब टीच करते हैं ना, और वही सब आप उस ऊर्जा से जुड़ रहे हैं। तो सबकी जो चेतना शक्ति है, सबकी प्रखर है यहाँ पर, तो इसलिए वो उस ऊर्जा से जब आप जुड़ रहे हैं तो आपको इतना परम आनंद लग रहा है। शायद आनंद भी नहीं, मैं बोलूँ कि उस शून्यता में चले जाते हैं कि जहां पर सब कुछ एकदम एक सम लगता है। यस,
थैंक यू मैम।
थैंक यू,
थैंक
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू फॉर ज्वाइनिंग। यस शीलम जी, गो अहेड प्लीज।
Atma Vandan to all. Very briefly, today's Swadhyay was so good, the way you explained of healing, through even the intense healing powers. And the meditation was so good. I really felt a lot of changes in the parts of bodies where I've been having a lot of pain, and was a very good and deep meditation.
Wow,
So I want to thank you because it's so much aligned with your Swadhyay and yogas into the meditation. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Sheelamji. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, gratitude. And Hillary has also written something. Let me speak about that. For Hillary, she says that for me, this letting go is feeling strongly. I am not abandoning, I'm not abandoned by everyone, going back to the parents and forward. It helps to detach. Basically, it's her emotions telling, and also her whatever she's feeling, she's telling us. So letting go is not the feeling of that you are basically um, you are forgetting the lessons to be learned, or forgetting the lessons that you learned. Letting go is basically not holding on to the other person's energy. Whatever has been said, whatever had come to you, you held that into your mind and into your heart, into your energy body. But as you let go of that energy, as you are ready to let go and leave, what happens? Healing starts happening. You are ready to let go of that energy from your energetic body. Once you are ready to let go of that energy, healing starts happening. You understand that experience, you learned your lessons, but you are ready to forgive for yourself, not for others. Basically, you are forgiving the person, you are forgiving whatever has been done, but you learned your lesson, you experienced it. So don't say or don't regret that this happened. Every lesson learned has some, basically, every experience that is there has given you a certain lesson. If that experience did not come to you, you won't learn the lesson. Meaning that you are ready to forgive, you are ready to let go, and now you are ready to move forward in life. You are not abandoned. Nobody is abandoning you. You are loved unconditionally. The universe every day gives you so much light, so much healing. And then Mother Earth, Mother Nature provides you so much unconditional love, unconditional care, compassion, and also the grounding energies. Every day you get that. But how much of us are we even remembering or understanding that we are totally connected with Mother Earth every time? And this is the feeling that we have to associate ourselves, that we are always loved, we are abundant, we are not abandoned, and we have everything at our disposal. But are we using it? Are we understanding it? But once you start connecting with Mother Earth, you will feel her pain also, you will feel her love also, and you will become one with her. That yes, and even with Father Universe, whenever you start progressing consciously, understanding comes to you. And that is what was happening during the time when I was reading today. Something, a great kind of energy came to me, like I don't know what. I had to just keep quiet, and I think I have never done that during my swadhyayas. This was the second time I think happened. So as if something was downloading, and this happened sometimes. So maybe you all might also feel this kind of happening to you. If you feel consciously you're growing up, your conscious mind is growing, increasing, you might feel this energy basically as such, something you are downloading, something is coming to you. So don't get scared, just let it happen, okay? Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you, Sheelamji. Thank you, Hillary, for your beautiful words. Really mean a lot. And let's work on ourselves every day. We are all progressing day by day. So thank you, everyone. May we all be happy, healthy, and vibrant. Let's do our meditation regularly with our bodies, with our mind, heart, and soul. Teach meditation to everyone, awaken everyone, and also do meditation with our group, with the group energies. Do Purnima meditation, do pyramid meditation, become a Shakahari, that is a vegetarian, be in this non-violent state, and make Ahimsa Jagat, that is called, make a non-violent world. Be peaceful, happy, healthy, and vibrant. Do your inner work daily, masters. Have a good night to all the people from US, and have a wonderful day to all the masters from India. Thank you so much, masters. Thank you. Stay blessed, stay happy, and stay vibrant.